What's up, family? It is Monday night, April 3rd, and it is Men Lives Matter Monday. But we're going to have a really interesting conversation about just pearly things. So, as you guys start to come on in here, let me ask you guys to do the same thing that I always ask. Share the video. I'm going to keep it clean. This is going to be a thought provoking video, but share the video. If you are on my Facebook page, go ahead and hit the like and follow button, as well as share the video, and make sure you engage in the chat. If you are on YouTube, not only do I want you to like the video, but I want you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you can be notified when I am going live. I know it's late on Monday. I know it's not going to be a whole bunch of you guys in here, and that is okay. But I still believe we have to have the conversation. This is a conversation that we need to look at it from a different perspective. So let me say this. There are going to be people in here that are going to want to be on some rah-rah. And for all my moderators, as long as they are respectful, we can leave them here. People can have their opinion. Anybody that's troublesome or problematic, we're going to have to just get rid of them. And it is what it is. I'm just going to give you guys my insight and how I look at things. And you guys can go with it however you want to. But I want you all to take your emotions for just a second, as I always ask y'all to do, right? Take your emotions out of it for just a second. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't assume you know what I'm going to say. Don't assume you know the direction I'm going in. Don't make any assumptions whatsoever. Just stay and listen to me for just a moment. Now, let me just say this. I didn't know who this lady was. I've never heard of her. I guess I'm not in the age group that would be her target audience. So I never came across her videos. Half the stuff that people talk about, the manosphere and all this other stuff, is not my lingo. Is not my mind doesn't go in areas like that. Like it's nothing that I'm concerned about. So I don't know who these people are. But she just kept coming up in my feed. Everybody's jumping on it. Most of the people that I'm hearing speaking about this, a lot of them have accents. They're not from the United States of America. This is I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. They're not from the United States of America. They don't have the live experience that I have. So therefore, I can understand why these people are aiding and coming to her defense. I can understand it. But before I go on to anything, I'm the kind of person that I like to look at things for myself. I like to listen to a few videos, not just one or two or three videos. I like to indulge into the content of what the person puts out. I like to immerse myself into their culture so I can try to get an understanding of what has become so appealing to many people that they're drawn to this just pearly things. I think that's her name. I was calling her Pearly White Things, but I don't think that that's her name. So I'm going to try to call her name, but I think it's just Pearly Things. If I'm wrong, y'all just let me know. It ain't that serious to me. But for those of you guys who don't know what the whole controversy is, and I didn't know what it was. I hear my sister Michi had went on it. By the way, y'all, the Black Agenda is this month coming up. In the ending of this month, I will be there. I'm going to post the flyer and the link in my community wall on YouTube, and I'm also going to post it on Facebook. So y'all just make sure you'll go out and y'all support us at the Black Agenda and to show up. Nonetheless, let's get back on topic. I want to be able to tell some of you all who don't know anything about this woman what the controversy is to people. There's no controversy with me. I want to make that very clear. I can care less. I don't care. Ain't nothing she done or going to do gonna stop my focus or my flow on who I'm talking to, my audience, and what I came to do. Other than that, I don't care. But it's an interesting topic because it clearly is impacting some members of our community. So we have to have a conversation about it. She's this girl. Let me show you who she is. I'm going to show you her so I can go ahead with this conversation. I'm going to tie this into a lot of things, y'all. So y'all just go ahead and get ready. We got to tie this in so everything can make sense. This is who this young lady is. She apparently has a YouTube channel that's called Just Pearly Things. And on her channel, that I can see, she has a lot of people who will identify as Black, African, whatever, however people identify, right? People, everybody has an identity. I don't know. And they're all on her show. And they have these conversations about men and women, but primarily if you listen to the show, and especially when she has people who identify as Black, it's really about the relationship between Black men and Black women. Now, she will argue against that. She will argue that that's not what she really is talking about. It just happens to look that way because the people she does business with. She will argue that she's just really here to push back against the modern woman and how feminism has taken over this country and has caused interruption and problems in the relationship between men and women. That's what she would claim. However, everything is about marketing, everything is about advertisement, everything is about sales, right? Everything matters. So if you look at her show and you see her panelists, and majority of them, not even many, majority of them are of color, whatever that's supposed to mean. Majority of them are of African descent. And you're having these kind of conversations, typically speaking, who is the message for? Now, with marketing and advertisement, we're going to automatically assume that if we're hearing somebody who looks like us, who shares the same melanin as we do, we're going to automatically assume the message is geared toward our community, right? No, Tia, there's no offense. I don't know who she is. I just said that. I don't know if you relate, Tia. I don't know who she is. I did my research over the last 2 days. I've never heard about this woman. I don't follow that kind of stuff because I have bigger fish to fry. But I'm having this conversation because this kind of lingo that is coming from her show, she's not the only one. There's a lot of people that have the kind of shows like this that permeate through our community, and it starts to hijack some of the language that the men and the women in our community are using or arguing about. So that's the only reason why I took to see what was happening, because I seen all these Black men, and I put it in air quotes purposely. I'm seeing all these Black men come to the defense of this white woman. So of course, naturally, I'm going to get curious. I'm going to want to know why. What's happening? Why is this a big thing that's taking up my feed on YouTube? I want to know. So I started to do my research. And so what I came across, for everybody who is needing to know who this woman is, what I came across is a controversial interview she did with this guy here. Now, if you're anything like me, you also don't know who this white boy is, right? If you're anything like me, we don't know who this person is. I didn't know who any of them is. Somebody said, I'm still lost. Nikki, I'm helping you out. You ain't going to be lost after tonight. And if you are lost after tonight, it's not because I didn't show you. It's because something else is going on with the Nikki, and you might have to watch it again on replay. But I'm trying to just bear with me, Nikki. I'm trying to tell you. So that guy that I showed you, his name is Nick Fuentes. Apparently, he is a known racist who has been kicked off of channels. He says many insensitive things about people who identify as Jewish. He says many insensitive things about people who identify as Black, African American. I don't know. We have too many titles for me. But he says many of things of people who identify in those categories. He just says a lot of bigoted things toward a lot of people. This is a woman, Miss Pearly White, right? Miss Pearly White Things. She is a woman who has a lot of podcasters on her channel who are melanated. So many people started to question, why would she have somebody like Nick Fuentes, who's a known racist, on her show? Number one. Two, why didn't she push back when he started making insensitive comments on her show? That's what the argument is. So after she does this show, Nick started to make a comment. He made a comment about an insensitive comment about the Holocaust. And she likened his insensitive comment to slavery. And she said that she feels they, whoever they is, I still don't know who she's talking about when she says they, and I didn't care to research anymore. But apparently she said they embellish slavery. In other words, she was claiming to try to get across that she's saying that it's a way to have mind control. When you embellish the story of slavery, when you embellish the history of slavery, is a way to control people. It was a very foolish statement. It was an insensitive statement. It was a statement that's rooted in white superiority. It is a statement that's rooted in white supremacy. It is a racist statement, right? A racist statement. So she's having this dialogue with this man. And on that same interview, in which I watched the whole thing, in that same interview, one of her friends, who is a white woman who is dating a Black man, she outright tells Nick that he's racist. And she was not supporting or applauding or pandering to anything that Nick was saying. But this pearly white lady didn't. She didn't push back. She went with the flow. And that's how all the heat came onto her. Now, because of all this heat that she's been under, and people are really coming at her, canceling her, whatever people do, she comes in and she says in this apology video that's about 12 minutes that's on her page, she wanted to address some of the things that people were making videos about when it comes to her. And these are some of the things that she said. She said she got into this. When she got into this, she's talking about when she got into this platform, when she decided to create Just Pearly Things. She said she got into this and it was never about money. It was about doing something that's cool. It was about having fun and advocating for men along the way. So when she says it was something about having fun, doing something that's cool, I have no idea what this woman is talking about. Because how I look at it is, especially when it comes to those of us who are of Black African descent, how I look at it, there's nothing cool about our life and our hardship if you really think about it. We still go through a lot of the same stuff. So I don't understand why somebody would want to get into this space because they think it's cool, in contract with so many people that look like you and I, to build your platform and for you to have fun. So that statement in and of itself really bothered me. But it bothered me because this is the stuff that we keep falling into all the time. This is a trap that has been set, and we're constantly falling into the same trap over and over and over again. And when we keep getting smacked in our face, we keep getting upset and making these ridiculous videos. And then we go back to our normal lives. So when I tell you all I wasn't upset, but I was bothered that once again another person is using the plight of the black man and the black woman because it's cool to profit off of us. It's cool. And it's fun. And of course, we're advocating for men because right now that's the hot spot. When the iron is hot, you strike. When the late Kevin Samuels was on YouTube when he was alive, he created such a for men. And now that he's gone, everyone is fighting for that slot. And so they're trying to be just as controversial. They're trying to be just as bold, courageous as he was, because they know somebody has to fill that slot immediately. And they will be the next rise to fame. So for somebody who's looking for fame to pick up on our pain as a people, on our hurt, on our challenges, and profit off of it, whether it's a financial profit or it's about popularity, I don't care. That's what has me bothered. But then I said to myself, I'm not going to get myself upset about somebody who thinks it's cool to get on YouTube and use our plight for their popularity. I'm not going to get upset about that person because that person can't do it without you and without me. That person cannot do it without us. So we're continuously opening the door and then getting surprised. It's insanity. And who's the sane person? I mean, who's the insane person? Is it just Pearly Whites or is it us? Because this is nothing new. She also said she had Nick Fuentes, the known racist. Remember, I showed y'all his clip. She had him on her show because she heard that he was A, on the no-fly list, and B, he lost his bank account. She said that she was curious why he was banned. And she said that she knows and she known at that time that he was a known racist, that he was or he is, not even was, unless somebody takes him out. If he gets unalived, then he will be was. But as of today, because he's not unalived, he is a racist. He is a sexist. And he is every bad name in the book. That's what she said. She said she knew that. But she also said she had him on a show, but listen to her words. She had him on a show because people say the same thing about her. But she only named two things that people say about her. That she's a misogynist and she's a sexist. That's it. That's it. She didn't even utter the words racist. She said she removed the video, not because she did anything bad, but because of hindsight 2020. When she looks at it, she cringed and she removed it. And she said racism has no place in society. So now she's doing her own damage control. The last part of the video that we have to really talk about is the part where she referred to her Africans. She said, my Africans. And in her apology video, which was disgusting to watch, she said that she was referring to her African employees. And she tried to liken it by saying that when it comes to her African employees, getting them passports to travel with her is gruesome and is challenging, unlike you know, when it comes to UK, getting passports for those people is easier. But when they're coming from Africa, it's really challenging for her. So that's why she referred to it as my Africans. But whether you are saying my African employees or my African, there's no real reason for you to throw in African. Both of them are bad if you ask me. Why couldn't you just say my employees who reside on the continent of Africa? My Africans is really bad. But nonetheless, I'm not even upset about that. I'm not even upset. I know so many people, I'm reading all the comments. People are losing their mind. They're upset that she said it. But you know why I'm not upset about it? Because we allow it. We allow it. So why am I going to get myself upset or for something that we allow? Why? I don't see the need to get upset about anything like this. She claims there was no ill will or malice. She said it was a stupid choice of words, and we went with it. And all these videos coming out, some people are upset, other people aren't, and we go with it. We go with it. She also talked about an inside joke. Let me give you guys a reason why I'm not upset about it. She talked about an inside joke about somebody she worked with named Blessing. And she said the inside joke is Blessing is always late. And whenever he shows up, he says he's on African time. Right? And Blessing, in my opinion, Blessing initiated the joke where he brought into that space saying, I'm on African time, just like some of us who go into spaces that are not only existent of us, and we say, I'm on CP time. And when the others don't know what we're talking about, we turn around and we explain to them what CP time is. And then we become the butt of the joke. But we are allowing people into jokes that we should not be having in the presence of any of these people. We really shouldn't. We really shouldn't. So if I have somebody who identifies as African or who is said to be of African descent goes into this space and he refers to himself as being on African time, why is he upset that now Nick Fuentes is a part of this joke and want to blame her for bringing a joke into it? You can't blame her for doing anything you've done to yourself. That's how I look at it. See, we can get mad about this girl and we can say that she's co-opting Black culture or she's a vulture for Black culture. We can get mad and we can say all that stuff. We can say all that stuff, but you all, and when I say you all, if it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. Because like I said, I didn't know who this woman is. I didn't know anything about her. But whoever knows about her, because clearly over 1 million people are subscribed to her channel, you all put her in that position. You all made her your God. You all bow down to her and you allow this nonsense. Y'all made her your God. Don't be surprised now. Y'all showed her all the tricks of the trade. Y'all let her in to be a part of the conversation of what's happening in your life and in your relationships. Now I need to be able to do something real quick, y'all, because this is making me uncomfortable for just a second. I want to disaggregate some of the stuff that I'm saying. Let me disaggregate, because those of us who are of American descent by way of slavery, ADOS, American descendants of slavery, those of us who are there, we don't share the same likings of those of us who come from other areas. Europe, the continent of Africa, or any other place, Canada, that we reside, that ain't our natural home, our natural habitat. we those of us who are ADOS, and I'm not saying this to be divisive, but I really have to say this. I really have to say this to make it very clear. Somebody said you're breaking up. Can y'all hear me clearly? Can y'all hear me clearly? Because somebody said I'm breaking up. I hope I'm not breaking up. If I am, I don't know what to tell you. I can't do anything about it right now. I got to flow. I just got to flow. But it's important for me to disaggregate this data because I don't identify, and I'm not being mean. So don't say I'm being mean, y'all. I do not identify with any of the people on her show. Their story is not my story. The things that they allow, I will never allow. The comfort that they have in her presence, I will never have. And I think those of us who are ADOS, I think those of us, we can really relate to what I'm saying. So I guess for me, the reason why her show doesn't bother me and the reason why the people on her show doesn't bother me is because I can't relate to any of them. I would never be in the likes of somebody like that. I just really wouldn't. I can't get upset about it. And even when you are engaging with people outside of your culture, you still have to be mindful. It is your responsibility to be mindful of the tropes that exist within your own culture. Be mindful of them, not to make it okay for them to use those tropes by not inviting them to it. I'm not going to go into her show and start making racially insensitive statements and comments about my people in her presence. Why would I do such a thing like that? But there are so many of us that do that. We get into this space where we get so comfortable and so cool, and we start making jokes or making comments that if another person outside of us was to say it, we would be offended by it. So why would we even bring those kind of things into that kind of space? I can't relate to any of those people on her show. But what I also know is from my experience with having such a diverse background in terms of who's in my circle, I know a lot of us that come from other areas, London, the Asian countries, Canada. I know a lot of the Caribbean. I know a lot of us that come from those areas. They don't see our experience the same way that AOS does. They don't. Only when something goes down that makes them feel bad for being the color of their skin, then they're able to relate to a degree. But outside of that, they're comfortable flowing and inviting people in and having their jokes. They're so comfortable with it. Now, I also want to be able to say to you all that I understand it's not about agreeing with it or disagreeing with it. I understand why she has so many of our type of people on her platform. Because when somebody is looking for a lick, when they're looking for a come up, a quick hit in business, you're always going to look for the bigger elephant. If you're the little monkey, you want to get on the back of the elephant because that person comes with greater access, greater power, greater leverage. And she is the elephant for a lot of these people. So they're not looking at her in terms of how should I govern myself around her. They're looking at her number and what are her numbers and what she can do for them. But this is not new, people. None of this stuff is new. So they're looking at her as a lick, and she looking at them as a lick, and everybody is using each other. But now all of a sudden, that the cat is out the bag, y'all want to be mad. What y'all mad at? What y'all mad at? I really don't know. I mean, I really do need somebody to say to me what we are really mad at. This woman said, I'm not your leader. And but so many words. Go watch her 12-minute video where she has that cringe apology. I'm not your leader. I never wanted to be the leader for Black culture. I just try to support and support who? Blacks. I just try to support by bringing them on my show. She's a mess. She's a mess, and I'm not surprised. She's no different than anybody else. So why are we upset? Why are you upset? I really do need y'all to tell me why you all are upset. Right? Somebody says here, why we feel free to allow them into our space is to say what happened in the past no longer applies here. Here's the thing, Shabazz. Here's the thing. What I'm trying to say, and I get your point, I'm not in disagreement with you. What I'm trying to say is we have to really look at who's okay with this and who is not. From my experience, I've noticed that the way those of us who are ADOS, the way we think from our experience, we don't share the same mindset of other Black folk, and we're not the same. We're not the same. We don't share the same mindset. We don't look at these spaces and these environments the same way. We don't go into these kind of situations. Well, I'm not gonna say we don't, like I'm not gonna say all of it, because some of us, y'all already know, some of us, we just gotta get them up for adoption to the other team. We just really do. But for the most part, we have a lived experience among us as ADOS that people who have immigrated to the United States, people who have immigrated to London, people who have immigrated to Canada from the continent of Africa, they don't have the same lived experience as we do. So they don't see things the same way. They don't see collaborating, engaging, interacting, marrying the same way. They don't have those same experiences. So for them, they weren't looking at like, oh, we can't trust Pearly White Things, right? We can't trust her. They're not looking at this woman in this way. When they see this woman, they see a come up. When they see this woman, they see an opportunity for them to increase their revenue, an opportunity for them to grow their numbers, an opportunity for them to become popular. That's what they see. And when she sees them, she sees the same thing, an opportunity to increase her numbers, an opportunity for her to grow her platform, an opportunity for her to become popular. Fair exchange, no robbery. I'm telling y'all not going to like what I have to say. Fair exchange, no robbery. I'm about to get there. Somebody, they must have saw my notes. I'm about to get there. I'm about to get there. Right? Somebody else says, I'm mad that grown men are literally supporting her. This content is destroying the minds of Black men and Black women in our community for money. This is the same thing drug dealers and hip hoppers did. But let me tell you something. I'm still not mad because ain't nothing changed. I'm not, see, when I say I'm not mad, I'm going to tell y'all what I'm mad at. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm mad at. But this situation right here, I'm not mad at it. There's no fair exchange, no robbery. Y'all got to really hear me when I say that. Fair exchange, no robbery. Everybody saw an opportunity to come up. That is capitalism at its finest. Fair exchange, no robbery. But y'all upset. For how long? How long y'all gonna be upset? Are y'all gonna be upset as long as y'all were upset about her? How long? We have historically been the butt of everybody's jokes. Y'all do know who this is, right? I know some of my younger audience may not understand who she is, but this is Roseanne Barr, okay? And Roseanne Barr had made some really offensive comments. And the comment that really brought her down was on this woman here, Valerie Jarrett, where she said that she looked like a mixture between something and the Planet of the Apes. I can't even remember what this woman said about Valerie Jarrett. Now, Valerie Jarrett was on the Obama administration. And once Roseanne Barr, I forgot her name, once Roseanne Barr made that very insensitive comment while President Obama was still in the chair about this woman here, Twitter blew up. Everybody had something to say. We all put her out on blast about her racist comment. And Roseanne Barr was really trying to save herself. She was really trying to save herself. She wanted to come clean and say that she wasn't a racist. And of course, when that happened, we came to her rescue. We, this woman right here, y'all love Auntie Monique, right? Everybody love Auntie Monique. I love y'all for real. Oh, she said something like that, right? I don't know. I really don't follow her, but I know she said something like that. Or how my babies, or my lovelies, or my nieces, or what did she say? She say something like that. But I love y'all for real, and everybody loves Monique. And when this happened, Monique came out, and Monique said the Roseanne Barr that she knows is not a racist, and that when nobody was there to advocate for her, talking about Monique, Roseanne Barr would go to bat for her. She would step up and go to bat for her when nobody else would. This lady is not a racist. Monique said, y'all got it all wrong. Y'all got it all wrong. She ain't no racist. When she saw that there was nobody representing Black artists, entertainment, she fought for us. She stood up for us. She is not a racist. This is what y'all doing for Pearly White Things. This is what y'all doing right now. There's so many Black men out there that is standing up for her, right? Some of them are kicking her back in while others are standing up for her. But you always see all these Black men, all these Black faces around Miss Pearly White Things, right? This is what we see. Same story, different face. Why am I gonna be upset? I ain't gonna be upset, y'all. Same story, different face. But y'all mad? Aren't y'all tired of getting mad over the same thing? Isn't that insanity? Right? Y'all remember when y'all was mad about her? Y'all remember when y'all was mad about her? I know some of y'all too young to remember who she is, but this is Miss Paula Deen. Show is Miss Paula Deen. Yes, some, yes, master. This is Miss Paula Deen. We love her cooking. Now, don't we love her Southern soul food? Right? Don't we love her Southern soul food? She makes some very racist statements too. Right? This is her soul sister. This is Miss Paula Deen's soul sister, y'all. This was her chef for 20 years. This woman worked with Miss Paula Deen, baby, for 20 years. Woo, child, that's a long time, baby. No pension, no IRA, no retirement fund. 20 years she worked for this woman. And when she didn't get what she felt she deserved, then she said, Miss Paula Deen is a racist. And I've heard her say the N word. You worked for a racist for 20 years. No complaints. 20 years, right? Same thing with this dude here, Sarah Garvey, right? Now he want to come out and she's a colonizer. She's a colonizer. She's a user. She's a vulture. She's taking over the black culture. She's profiting from the black culture. Now you want to say all these things about your savior. You sound like Miss Charles, Paula Dean's cook. You sound like Miss Charles. Now that you feel some kind of way because you ain't get your lick. You didn't get to come up. She's all these things under the sun. Right? This woman worked for Paula Dean for 20 years. You rightfully chose to work for $6.50 or $10 an hour, whatever the hell you was working for. You rightfully chose to work for that amount because she told you, just like Pearly White Things, right? She told you you was gonna get a come up. When she come up, you gonna come up. When she get rich, you gonna get rich. And you went on it. You believed it. Instead of you believing in yourself, instead of you saying, you know what, I'm gonna get the skills, get the experience, I'm gonna open my own kitchen and kept it moving. You was hoping to come up off of her fame. That's some of us. See, some of us, we be going so hard. We be going so hard for a person's business that ain't ours. We be going hard. We be fighting like they our master for somebody's business that ain't baby. And you're mad? What you mad for? What you mad for? I'm not mad at Pearly White Things for seeing an opportunity. I'm not mad, but y'all mad. Y'all just as mad. Y'all was so mad, ready to cancel Miss Paula Dean, that Mr. Steve Harvey had to jump in to defend her. Look at that face. Look at that face. Y'all know Steve Harvey. Because Steve Harvey said, I wanted to give her opportunity. I wanted to see who is Paula Dean. I want y'all to see who I met Paula Dean to be. I wanted to see if she really is what everyone is painting her to be. Baby, Steve went hard for Miss Paula Dean. And y'all mad? Why y'all mad? I'm not mad over the same stuff happening every day. Y'all better stop getting fucking mad about stupid stuff. Y'all better learn how to use your energy the right way. Y'all mad. Y'all ain't gonna be mad for long, just like y'all forgot about that. Y'all forgot about her too. Came to Miss Paula Dean's rescue. Y'all forgot about her too. Ooh, child, baby. Ooh, child. But y'all mad? Oprah love her. If Oprah love her, y'all should love her, right? If Oprah say she ain't racist, then she ain't racist, right? If Steve say she ain't racist, she ain't racist. If Monique say she ain't racist, she ain't racist. If they say she ain't racist, why y'all saying she racist? Huh? Why? Why? I ain't mad. You mad? Black people historically defend white people. Black people historically defend white people who demonstrate white superiority ideology. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all, because some of y'all got the game messed up. Y'all get it all twisted. Y'all love using the word white supremacy. That word white supremacy don't really resonate with white folks like it does with us, right? Y'all overuse white supremacy. See, when you say white supremacy, the average white person, especially the liberals, they immediately say, they ain't talking about me. They talking about those tiki torch burning, KKK having Confederate flag waving hunkies that live in a trailer parks. They ain't talking about me. So when you say white supremacy, you exclude a whole group of people, including the liberals. I'm just trying to tell y'all, including the liberals, because all these people who don't have their Confederate flags, who are not with their tiki torches, who are not burning crosses on your lawn, they're going to say, I'm not racist. Because y'all love to throw around the word white supremacy. But what I said is white superiority ideology. It's a big difference. Family, it's a big difference. And you see, Miss Pearly White Thing, Let's go ahead and put her nice, pretty blue eyes up there. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, pose for the camera. Go ahead, Miss Pearly White. Do your thing. I see you use your wave curling iron. Put a little bounce to your ounce in your hair. Go ahead, Miss Pearly White Thing. Look at you. Look at you. You didn't even got them eyebrows waxed for the guys. You got it bushy. Just how I like them. Go ahead, Miss Natural Thing. I ain't mad at you, Miss Pearly White Thing. I am not mad at you. But let me tell you something. She has white superior ideology in her thinking. And people who have a superior ideology, they don't identify with supremacy. They don't like them either. People who have white superior ideology do not identify with supremacists. So when you say racist, they say, what are you talking about? I'm not racist. You overuse the word racism. You overuse it. And you don't really understand the system of racism. You don't really understand the system of racism. You just use that word because it's a hot word and it's a word that most white people don't want to be called because they don't have tiki torches and Confederate flags and they're not burning crosses and they're not calling you the N-word publicly or doing anything like that. They're not. They do hold superiority in their thinking, and so does Miss Pearly White Things. But y'all mad. I got 10 minutes to tell y'all why I'm not mad, and I'm getting out of here. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm mad. And I probably don't even have to use any words to tell you why I'm not mad. I'm just going to put this up on the screen, and y'all going to know why I'm not mad. Why I'm not bothered one iota. The only person I can get mad at is us. That's why I'm not mad. What do y'all see on the screen? What do y'all see on the screen? And why do you think I say, this is the reason why I am not mad? Why do you think I say, this is the reason why I am not mad at Miss Pearly White Things? I am not mad at Roseanne Barr. I am not mad at Paula Deen. I am not mad at the countless other people who have said insensitive, disparaging things that defame our character, defame our culture, disrespect us. I am not mad at any of them. Why do you think I say I am not mad at any of them? It's our fault. It's our fault. I cannot be mad at anybody if we allow this from them or anybody else. Because we allow it. Because we must organize. I am not mad. We allow it. Because they do and we allow it. I am not mad. I am not mad. This family is the Anti-Defamation League. And they do not let anything slide. See, we so busy wanting to be like, we feel some kind of way. We feel some kind of way if we stand up and we say this is wrong, we're not going to allow it, you're going to be canceled. And then we have people in our own community that say, oh, you guys are ridiculous. Why are you saying things like that? You're so sensitive. She ain't a racist. He ain't a racist. We just have to educate them. Let's just have a conversation with them. They just have to say sorry. They just have to say sorry. Calm down, people. This is 2024. We're not there yet, right? And the reason why I jumped a whole year in advance, but we're going to be saying this in 2024. It doesn't matter. This is 2030. We're going to be saying this in 2030. This is 2045. We're going to be saying it in 2045. We ain't going to change our language. We're always going to jump on it, and we're always going to have a reason why we shouldn't be upset and they didn't mean it. It's not the same. Trust me, you don't know what racism is. You haven't experienced what my grandmother, well, let me tell you something. My grandmother is still alive. And my grandmother is going to be, if God shall bless her life, she will be 98 years old in July. My grandmother don't even play games around. My grandmother don't even say certain type of things. My grandmother, if you start acting a fool around my grandmother, she would, what you do? You got all these people watching us. Go and make a fool out of yourself. You sure know how to describe yourself. They want you to act like that. You need straighten up. Hold your neck up. Talk loud so they can hear you. Don't you mumble over your breath. They're going to think you stupid. But so many of us now, we don't see it as a big deal. We don't see it as a big deal. But guess what? This community of people see it as a big deal. This community of people see it as a big deal. And nothing gets by with this community of people. You can't say anything, not even Elon Musk. You cannot say anything. Not even Elon. I don't care how much money in the world you have. You can't say anything or the ADL is going to be on your behind. It could have been a joke. They don't care if you are joking. They are on your behind. They're writing articles. They're writing blogs. They're going to be on CNN. They're going to be on ABC. They're going to be on CBS. They're going to be on 123. They're going to be on AB. They're going to be on everything. They don't care. They don't care what anybody else have to say. See, when it comes to us, we allow everybody else to tell us how we should feel. We allow everybody else to tell us what's right or what's wrong and how we should and should not feel. The ADL don't care what anybody else say. Y'all can say, oh my God, the ADL, y'all making a big thing out of nothing. They don't care what you have to say. They don't care because they are on code. You can't say a goddamn thing to them and make them back down. They will take your job. They will take your livelihood. They will ruin your reputation. They don't care. They're organized. They're consistent. And they have the same voice that shows up for them no matter what. Whether they're talking at a convention, whether they're on the news, or whether they're going up against somebody who is big. They don't care. One voice that represents the people. One voice that represents the people. Not even Whoopi Goldberg and all of her fame and all of her popularity and all of her so-called coins, not even Whoopi could say anything disparaging. Even if it was innocent, even if it was a mistake, she can't even say anything disparaging. I don't care if her last name is Goldberg. Nothing gets by the ADL, but not black folk. But not black folk. But not black folk. We always got to run to the rescue of the person who has the tears and support them and say, oh no, not Miss Pearly White Things. Not her. She ain't no racist. Oh no, y'all got it wrong. No, that's not what she meant. You taking a comment and you blowing it out of proportion. She loves black people. Y'all out of control. Y'all don't know how to act. Everybody who's white ain't a racist. What is wrong with y'all? Love this woman. Love your God. What's wrong with y'all? I know her. I know she good. She can cook too. I know she a good woman. She love us. And ooh, she know how to make some smothered pork chops. She might be black if I say so myself. This is what we do. This is what we do. But no, when we try to slip up, ooh, the ADL, boom, kick down the door, waving a 4-4. The ADL don't play. You cannot slip up with the ADL. You can't even say, so what's a bar mitzvah? They'll be on your ass and they will say you was trying to disparage them by asking what's a bar mitzvah. How dare you? You cannot even, ooh, baby. You can't mess up 1 iota with the ADL. But black folks, you can say whatever you want to say. With black folks, you can say whatever you want to say, and there's always going to be one of us. It's always going to be one of us that acts as a buffer to defend the other. Woo, it's always going to be one of us. Look at us, baby. Look at us. So y'all mad? Y'all mad at Pearly White Things? I ain't mad at Pearly. Mm-mm. Go ahead, Miss Pearly. Go on, talk to Auntie Paula Dean. Go on now, talk to Miss Auntie. Miss Auntie's going to tell you everything you need to do to clean it all up. Go on. Go on, Miss Pearly White Things. You ain't no different than anybody else. You ain't no different. Go ahead, girl. Because your Africans love you, baby. Your Africans, Miss Pearly White Things, they love you. You go ahead and you keep shining, girl. Go ahead and keep working with your Africans. Just like Trump works with the blacks, right? Go on, baby. Keep on working with your Africans. Don't worry, they ain't going to leave you. None of them going to leave you. None of them are going to leave you because we're not organized. We're not structured. We don't pull our voice together. We have great writers among us, but instead of writing for our people, we want to write for fame and popularity. We have great lawyers among us, but instead of fighting for our people, we want to fight for our fame and popularity. We have great spokespeople, orators. We have so many wonderful people among us, but they rather fight for their popularity. If we would just financially support an organization that is there to be our voice, and ain't nobody talking about the NAACP, which is a big joke. We ain't talking about them. They need to go retire because the NAACP, you know what the NAACP look like to me? Like this right here. This is the NAACP. This is the NAACP right here. You can say whatever you want to say to us. You could treat us however you want. The NAACP is still going to be your friend. So we ain't talking about that. We need a strong voice that we love and we respect, that takes no nothing for granted. They don't take the easy way out. They don't hesitate. They're not afraid of speaking truth to power. They're not afraid of addressing you. They're not afraid of publishing things on you. They're not afraid of writing blogs on you. They're not afraid of getting together and or everyone talking about the same thing when it comes to bringing you down. When they say they're going to cancel you, the ADL cancels you. When they say you are done, you are done. Do you understand me? We need that kind of power, family. We need that kind of power, family. We need to change this face to a face that looks like ours, a face that represents us, no matter where we are in the world, no matter where we are. We need somebody who's going to say, that's not cool. You ain't going to slide. And then we all need to be on code. You should never see a video of one of us defending insensitive comments about our past, about our current situation, about our struggles in our marriages and our relationships, about our struggles with society, our struggles with America, our struggles with London, our struggles with the colonization of Africa. We should never, ever, 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 ever accept anybody diminishing or invalidating our struggles. We should never, ever do it. We should never, ever do it. We got to take our lessons from the ADL. We got to take our lessons from the ADL. We ain't got to be nothing like them, but we need to take our lessons from the ADL. We need to stand up and fight no matter what. Even when the ADL is wrong, they right. We got to be like an Aries, y'all. Y'all know the people born under the sun sign of Aries. You know you Aries. Where my Aries at? The Aries people, let me tell you about y'all. When your asses are wrong, you're right. Y'all can't tell the Aries anything. Even when they wrong, dead ass wrong, you can have them on the video camera. You can show them on video. This is you stealing the cookie. No, it ain't. You got to, how do you know that's me? We need to be like that. Even when we wrong, we right. Like the ADL. Because you know something, you could be dead ass wrong. But when a million of y'all are right when you're wrong, ain't nobody can say nothing to you. See, with the ADL, you don't see nobody in their community. Let's just talk to them. I'm out. I'm 3 minutes over. I'm out. You don't see nobody in their community. And I applaud this. This is not an insult. I applaud this. You don't see nobody in their community. Nobody. Correct me if I'm wrong. When the slightest insult happens, an innocent insult, an insult that is rooted in history and truth. Y'all hear what I'm trying to do? Like Aries. I'm telling you, even when they're wrong, they're right. An insult that is rooted in history and truth. If it offends them, they all on board. Nobody comes doing any videos talking about, no, I think y'all overdoing it. I don't think they meant it like that. Y'all wilding out. Y'all gotta see people for who they are. Everybody deserves a second chance. You know, don't be like that. Everybody deserves a second chance. You don't see nobody making videos like that. When the ADL speaks, when the ADL says, oh, hold up. You said, what about the Holocaust? You said what? You said Jewish is what? A religion, not a race? You sure about that? You just hold up a second. You said It's our religion, not a race. You wilding out. You cancel. That's what they say. You cancel. You wilding out. And I'm not mad at them because they get to define for themselves what you will and will not say about them. Let me say that again. They get to define for themselves what you will and will not say about them. Whether it's right, wrong, whether it's biology or pseudoscience, they don't care. If they say it's right, it's right. We need to be like that. We need to be like that. So when I come on here, y'all, family, listen. When I come on here and I tell y'all I'm not mad, I'm really not mad at Miss Pearly White Things. Listen, just Pearly White Things, go on, Miss Pearly White Things. Go on and do what you do best. Be white. Go on and do what you do best, Miss Pearly White Things. I am not mad at you. Go on, baby. Go on and be white. Be white. Even when you're wrong, you're right. Go on, right? Go on. Do your thing. You know why? Because your Africans allow it. Your Africans allow it, Miss Pearly, right there. But I'm gonna tell you, Miss Pearly. Let me tell you one thing. You can't come over here to ADOS with that bullshit, right? You can't come over to ADOS with that. Your Africans, you can, not ADOS. We're gonna do more than cancel you. We're gonna do more than cancel you, Miss Pearly White Thing. Y'all go ahead and play with them Africans. You got your fame from the Africans, and the Africans ain't mad. I ain't mad. The Africans, your friend, they could be your friend. I ain't mad at you. That y'all best friends. Kumbaya, my lord. Y'all best friends. Go on now. But I'll tell you one thing I got the energy and I got the smoke of the ADL. Even when you're wrong, you're right. Right, ADL? Even when you're wrong, you're right. That's me. I don't give a flying pig's behind what you say. If you say anything disparaging against my people, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass. I don't care. Now I'm gonna talk to y'all behind closed doors. I'm like, you know you was wrong, right? You know that was messed up, right? But I got your back in public. That's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. You know you're fucked up, right? Don't worry about it. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna clean this up real quick, right? I'm be like this, right? We're gonna clean this up real quick. But you know you done fucked up, right? Let me go on here and make this speech right quick. I got your back. I'm gonna get this shit together. I got your back. Right? So listen, family, that's all I got for y'all today. If you're on YouTube, I'm gonna need you to subscribe to the channel. 401 people in this room, y'all ought to subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell so you can be notified when I'm going live. If you're on Facebook, as always, like and follow the page, okay? And most importantly, make sure you engage in the comment. If you guys have not already done so, go ahead and share the video with your friends, your followers, your frenemies. Share the video because we need to be on point. And I know I've been talking about this for years, being on code for years. Family, stop getting mad. Stop getting mad. Just get on cold. I love you all for real. See you at the Black Agenda at the end of this month. Get your tickets. They're on sale now. We'll be in Georgia. I'll be there. And I'll be telling you what you really need to do when it comes to your relationships. And no. I'm not Pearly White Things. I'm not the little Pearly White Thing. Right? I'm the Pearly Black Thing. I'm going to tell you what you should and should not be doing in your relationships. Love y'all all. Have a good night.